Her body like the Wild Wild West. What if you done found out, yeah? Riding in the big God bless. She's all inferno. It's a hell of a time.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sunday FUNDAY podcast, the official podcast for Wild Wild West Fantasy Baseball. I'll be your host today, Alien Arms, Chillipet, Canadian Forms, Milkman, creator of the Gallon Challenge, joined alongside our executive director of sales of the Bubble Gut Blender Boys, Mr. Lord Fat Meat himself. How we doing today, Nick?
Pretty good. How about yourself? Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Another day in paradise. Glad to have both of y'all here. Another super exciting episode, number 6 of our standing series, where we go from worst to first to discuss the offseason, life outside the lines leading up to our draft, less than 3 weeks from today. Today's episode of the standing series is brought to you by Peterbilt, the Hardley of the trucking world. That being said, let's go ahead and introduce our driver of the year candidate, Mr. Austin Hardley Lewis. Austin, how are we doing today?
We're doing good today. How you doing, Alan?
Can't complain. So, we'll start things out how we usually do. Tell us how life is going for you outside of fantasy baseball.
Life's going good. I'm feeling old now. Just turned 30 a couple months ago, and I've felt it ever since. Wake up every morning thinking, damn, I'm at the end of the run. And I get to hear it every day from you guys, so that's pretty awesome. But besides, the group and everything, life's going good, working, just putting along. Nothing too crazy. So sports is picking up. Got baseball, regular adult league baseball coming up. Got possibly golf league, but I haven't decided yet on that. But I'm trying to get out and play golf a lot more this year. Got some new clubs that I'm trying to get used to, but I got the Shanks right now, so we'll see what happens with that. But I'm excited, ready for it to get warm outside.
Amen. Right here with you. Tired of that seasonal depression, man.
I swear.
So we'll go ahead and pivot right over to Nick. He's got a question for you, Nick.
Thank you, Alan. Austin, we'll start you off. So, this will mark your 6th, 7th year in the league?
I think 2019 was the first year.
Yep.
It was the year that Chuck went 1-25 or whatever it was.
Yep. It was
okay.
Wild West 3.
Okay.
So this will be 6th year then.
Yeah.
Last year we saw you had your first taste of a little bit of success. You made the playoffs, didn't make any noise in the playoffs, but definitely had a better team than you normally do. How are you going to avoid falling back into what most of us would call the normal Austin lull of not being good at baseball and potentially break through and get a first playoff win this year?
Yeah, so I kind of consider myself like the Mark Stoops of this league. If you've noticed with Stoops' era with UK, for the most part, he has progressively gotten better every year that he's been the head coach of that team. And I feel like last year was a really good sign for that. I think every year I've been in the league, I've progressively gotten better. Maybe not the COVID year, which was kind of just a weird year in general. But if you take that one out, I think every year I've gone higher up in the standings. And I don't know. I think last year I had one of the best teams in the league. I'll stand by that. But I just think it was just an unlucky situation of where I was in the playoffs. And the team just didn't perform in the playoffs. I mean, they performed for the most part all year. I mean, just for instance, the 2 matchups I have with Dawson were probably like the best 2 matchups of the year. Lost both of them, very unfortunate. But for a long time, I was fighting in the top 4 of the regular season and just kind of fell off at the end. But I'm looking forward to this year. And I think I think I'm going to improve even more. So,
Got a little bit of Brock luck in the end.
well, you never can get as unlucky as Brock, but
That's true.
Bad luck, Brock.
bad luck, Brock, indeed. So no, I'm excited. I'm excited for this year. I've been listening to podcasts for the last month and a half, doing some mock drafts. I think I'm one of the more well prepared guys for the draft, and I do think I draft good every year. Every year I've left the draft and been very happy with my team, but when it comes to the managing part, it was a big learning curve for me with the daily pickups and Sunday trades and all that. But I feel like I've gotten it down now. So
You seem very prepared. You have the first 27 picks knocked down already?
I do actually. Yeah, I have it all written down. I know exactly who everyone's taking in that and in the exact order.
Let's hear them.
Definitely no one will change it up on me. I just know it.
That's the word on the street.
Yeah. No, I do. I think I do have a good. I think I have down the top 30 picks, top actually 34, but obviously it's not going to be in the exact order. That was a little bit of exaggeration, but I think I know who the top 34 guys are, and I think if people really look into the way our league is drafted over the last years and how it's usually ran, that everyone can kind of figure out who the top 34 guys are that are going to be drafted this year.
Is there a little drop off at 35?
I wouldn't say the drop off, but I don't care after 34 because I don't have another pick for 50 picks. So I'm not going to focus on anything after that.
Makes sense.
How many pitchers are going top 30?
Top 30? I don't think there's going to be. I think there's going to be 2. And that's it.
Wow.
Unless Henry takes one at 30. I think he's got the 30 or the 31. But besides that, I think he's got the 30. Or Nikki, do you have the 30?
I have the 29 and 30. Henry has the 30.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so I think 2 then are the top 30. But that's just, again, that's my opinion. Everything can change, but I just know how this draft usually is with it going heavy on hitters, and I think it's gotten more and more every year with heavy on hitters in this league. So I don't see why that would not change. As we have a trade here.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
My gosh, and it's the exact 2 people who you don't want to see a trade from.
Is it Brock and Carlin?
And it's Graham.
Graham.
Can we pull that up?
He got the 84th pick.
The
He did.
84.
Looks like it was 136 and 84 for 105 and 102.
So, yeah, here we go. Live, Carlin is taking Devin Williams as his keeper.
Yep.
Wow.
That kind of throws a wrinkle into a little bit of things, honestly.
How will that affect Chuck and his all-closer strategy?
Sounds like 2 of the top closers are off the board as keepers. I might as well just use mine and keep Hader.
That would really do it.
I'm not going to waste my 4th round like that. So yeah, that was interesting breaking news. Can't wait to see the group chat about that. We'll go ahead and pivot now. Let's go. This question hardly. I really couldn't think of a good question for you involving fantasy baseball after Nick's and the Sneech's question. So this is more in real life related to fantasy. So obviously we had a little bit of a hoop sesh last week, and we got to see at least 4 of the members play. After that, how confident can you say you are with our upcoming annual basketball matchup?
That's a great question. How confident am I? I'm still confident, but I really hope the guys on my side wake up that morning feeling pretty good and feel like they can shoot the lights out that night, because I am a little worried about the height disadvantage. Allen proved a lot on that Friday night with more talent than I expected. I think him not smoking has increased his ability to do a lot more things on the court.
Facts.
So I am still confident, though. Wild card is Chuck, though. Like, I haven't seen him play ever. He's the only person in the league I've never seen play basketball, and he was the captain, which is a little worrisome. But we have Dawson, and Dawson, I think, can be just as good as Graham on any given day. It just depends. I think it's 50-50 on how they play. And Chris Carlin's texting me. I'm going to ignore that. And so I think, I don't know. I mean, like I said, Chuck's the wild card. And hopefully Michael can hit his corner threes for us when we need it. But so we're going to struggle with rebounds. But I think you guys are going to struggle with us on the perimeter more than you think. Because I think we have 5 guys that can shoot. Based on what I've heard from Chuck, he is able to shoot. But he did also lose to his girlfriend, so in the horse game.
Yeah, that's tough.
So, yeah, that is tough. Yeah, but at least he admitted it. I would never admit that.
She's a hooper, though.
But she was a hooper.
Yeah,
so
did she play
it
like
is a little
college or something?
Something.
Definitely at least high school.
Yeah.
I don't know about
Yeah.
college. She might.
I've taken my girlfriend out to the courts before, and she can't shoot it past 4 feet. But she was a track runner. She wasn't ever anything with basketball. So, but yeah, I would never admit that. But no, I had a really bad night Friday night, personally for myself. So I'm not confident in myself right now. But I mean, I shoot or shoot. So if I get hot, I think y'all are fucked.
Yeah, it's a team of shooters versus the tallest team, literally World Trade Center's number 1, 2, and 7. I mean, what's the matchup?
We got to see how Henry can get down the court. I think the matchups. I think it's obvious Dawson and Graham will be matched up pretty much the whole time. I think Allen, you're going to be guarded by. I think I'm going to say probably Coates. I think he's a little bit more like versatile around the 3-point line than Connor. I worry about Connor like sliding around the court still. Even though he was borrowing my shoes, like that court is just terrible. So maybe it's just like him himself. But he seemed okay the other day.
We have concerns with Connor's injuries. I was guarding him most of the night, and he was like, "Oh man, I only made one cut, and my knee just."
Yeah, see, that's why I don't think I want him on you. Yeah, exactly. I think him on Colton would be perfect because Colton, I think is kind of irrelevant to the court, but based on what I've heard. He's actually another person I've never seen play, but based on what everybody's told me, he's kind of just going to be a man on the floor. So I think they'll match up pretty well. And then I'll probably have to guard Henry, which is definitely a disadvantage in height. But, I mean, he might be a foot taller than me, but I still think I can push him around in the paint. So I'm not too worried about it. If he has to guard me in the 3-point line, that's just a disaster, which I know y'all probably won't do those matchups, but the fact that y'all are going to have to keep switching around, I love that. I love every aspect of that. And then who's the last matchup? Nikki versus Chuck. Yeah, I'm not too worried about Nikki in that situation. Nikki's just set screens. That's about it on the offensive side. So we definitely don't have to worry about him shooting at all on the defense or on the offensive side. Defensive side, I mean, maybe. We'll see how he does.
And I will say Chuck's pretty good. I've seen him play before. He's fundamentally sound. But
let's not show our cards here, Nick. We've already got enough information.
I'm also guarding.
Oh man, I don't even know if it's really. I think it's public knowledge at this point.
Well,
the group chat's chirping.
I'm not confused. You keep saying that we're going to be having to switch on the defense, like to find. Well, you all are going to have to switch if you aren't just going to have the same person guard.
You don't know. We might be running zone, but we wouldn't have to switch.
Well, yeah, sure. No, by all means.
All right,
I'm just saying.
Enough basketball.
well,
we
we'll
could go
save
on
the
forever.
rest
We
of
could
it.
go on forever, honestly.
We could go on forever.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun because we all suck, actually. So.
Facts. I'm actually
And
horrible.
then
I can't dunk.
And then what happens with Brock? Does he just watch the whole time, or does he play on somebody's
He can
team?
record. He can record for us.
Oh yeah, we can put it on the pod.
Yep.
Is he gonna
love
make
that.
it in time, or is he gonna be on Rose Island?
He might be at the casino, honestly.
All right, let's knock it
Ideally,
off
he
track.
shows
Let's
up like
knock it off track
30
here.
minutes late, and then by that time, it's like, okay, it's about you can pick up your 4. We'll probably play 3 or 5 games about an hour into it.
Facts.
All right, Nick. Let's hop over to the godforsaken Sneech question.
The Sneeches, yes. We have a question. We would like for you to predict your 2024 regular season finish and list every manager that you will finish above.
I think it would be easier if I just name the ones that I'm not going to finish above.
That works as well.
I think I'm going to finish top 4 regular season. I'm very confident in that. Which maybe will extend later on in the bold predictions and accountability stuff. I do think I'm going to finish top 4 regular season. I'm not going to guarantee myself a championship or be in the championship. I still got to get a playoff win. So that's just a whole different ball game that I still haven't grasped yet, and hopefully I do this year. But for me personally, I think the top 4 guys, so I guess I'll just say I'm 4th just to make it easier. I think Dawson is going to be up there again. I mean, it sounds kind of obvious, but he's got the best player in baseball. Acuna's worth 2 players, in my opinion, in the league. And then he gets an insane keeper already in Ellie, as long as he knows how to hit a slider again. So, like, I think, just from the start, he's got an incredible roster already. He's got good draft picks, too. He hasn't really done too much, and I think what he's done is the right decision. So I like his team a lot. He'll definitely be up there fighting for 1. This is where it gets kind of tricky because I think Michael is obviously a playoff team, but I don't know if I really like his picks enough to name him top 4 regular season. I think he'll be in the playoffs. It's kind of given at this point. He's proven no other reason to doubt him. But so I'm not going to say he's top 4. I do think Nikki will finish top 3 this year. I do like your picks. I think you have really 2 great options as your keepers. I think Perez is a lot better than people think. I think he's like a top 10 to 12 pitcher in the league in general. It's just a matter of the innings cap for me personally with him. And you have one of the top 3 closers options as the last pick in the draft. So again, another great start for somebody like you. Who else would be up there? I don't want to piggyback off of Carlin, but no, I'm not going to say it. I do like Brock this year, but I don't think he'll finish top 3. I don't know.
Connor, Colton.
I don't really like anybody else. Maybe I'm just going to finish top 3, actually.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, I think I am, because now that I'm running down the list of people, I don't think anybody else is going to finish above the 3 that I named,
So
including myself.
The only 2 ahead of you are Dawson and I.
And I wouldn't say y'all are ahead of me fully. I would just say I think that's the top 3 finish in no particular order.
Okay. So then okay. Like it. So what about playoffs? What are we thinking?
As in what? Where I'm going to finish?
You're gonna get the first win? You're going to make your way into the championship?
I'll save that for my accountability.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so we'll just go ahead and head right into our hypothetical top 3, bottom 3 rankings.
Yeah.
Hardly, hypothetically, you are unable to work Who is your top 3 and bottom 3 fill-in drivers?
Fill-in drivers. All right, we can't name Carlin, right? We're just gonna exclude him.
Yeah,
from
bottom
this.
3, Carlin is excluded.
Okay, that makes it easier because he's an obvious bottom 3. Top 3. Oof. Okay. I don't trust a lot of people when it comes to driving in general. I don't like riding passenger, so I'm trying to think of people in the league that I've actually ridden passenger with. Nikki drives very slow and drives very, I don't know how to explain it, laid back. The man, I think, lets the car yeah, you drive safe. I think he lets the car accelerate from the stop without him pushing the gas, it feels like sometimes. So I think he's a good driver. I've never had issues. I've slept in his car before with him driving from a golf trip. So he's probably up there for top 3. Same with Michael. I've ridden with him enough to feel comfortable. I think we rode to Cincy last year together. He drove, so had no issues that whole drive. And then this might be a sneaky one. I don't know if it's a safe one though, but it's kind of a funny one. But Graham has driven enough times drunk and made it home safely. So I feel like he's putting behind the whip of a 52-footer. He might just fuck around and figure it out.
Cut that.
Yeah, cut that.
Well, you can't say that word?
No,
It's kind of incriminating.
I'm sending this to Lexus of Louisville.
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
We're keeping these videos unlisted, by the way.
Absolutely. No, I think Graham would try to figure it out. I think he'd be all right. I do drive a 10-speed, though, manual, so y'all would have to learn that. I don't think anybody in the league actually could drive that, but actually, well, I'd have to put Alan in there, too. Alan would have to be top 3. He's driven a good-sized truck. He drives a truck now as his personal vehicle. I know he drove like the box truck or whatever as well. So Alan would have to be top 3, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah. Bottom 3 would definitely probably Colton is bottom 3. I feel like he would just get angry and just start running into other vehicles while he's driving. Just tell him to get the fuck out of the way. Especially if we talk about Mikael Bridges. Number 2 would be, everybody would say probably Brock, but I don't think I actually would because he drives for a living as well. So I know he knows how to drive. So I wouldn't say him. Who am I missing?
There's an obvious
Connor.
one that you're missing.
Who, Dawson?
Chuck.
Or Henry?
There. Dawson,
Yeah.
Dawson kind of, he...
Henry, actually, yeah, Henry wouldn't be able to see more than 50 feet in front of him. So, yeah, that should have been like number 1 probably.
On your left.
I understand you've probably never been in the car with him, but he's almost killed
I haven't
me
been in the
multiple
car
times.
with him, but yeah. Just
He
based on
almost
his
killed
vision.
me. He's killed me and Colton multiple times almost in the car.
Okay. Yeah, so he's in there. And then probably I rode with Chuck the other day. He was fine, so I can't really say him either. Yeah, I don't know.
You can just say Carlin.
Yeah, I guess, because there's not really like a good bottom 3 for it. Those are 2 great bottom 2s, though, with Colton and Henry.
We'll take it.
Yep.
All right, well, round of third, headed home. Bold predictions. You already give a few, but anything else outside of the ordinary that you want to predict?
When it comes to fantasy baseball, this may be bold, may not be. I do think Henry's going to struggle this year. And that the part where it says it may not be bold is because kind of obvious he might go down a little bit because he doesn't have Q as a farm system anymore. But he's also got an incredible keeper with Harper in the 10th round. So he's off to an amazing start when it comes to that. But I don't know. I think he's just going to struggle in general, just not having the access of another team in the league to just feed off of. So I'm going to say he's bottom 3 this year.
Wow.
So that is a bold prediction from me.
That is
That's
bold.
bold.
Yeah.
That's pretty bold.
Yeah.
He has came in last, but
He has came in last, but that was kind
otherwise-
of a fluke year.
Yeah.
With COVID and
otherwise
everything.
that would be bold.
Actually, I can be like super bold. I think there's going to be more non-sneeches in the playoffs this year than there will be sneeches. I think myself, Brock, Allen, and Graham will all be in the playoffs this year.
Fuck the Sneeches.
I think it will be a non-sneech off 4 to 3 when it comes to the end of the year.
Say
I
that
think that's
again.
pretty
I don't know if it was just me, but it cut out.
Yeah, you were a little laggy.
Oh, okay. No, you're good. I think there's going to be 4 people non-sneech in the playoffs this year. The 3 sneeches, and the 4 that I think will be in the playoffs is myself, Brock, Allen, and Graham.
That's bold. Honestly, I agree with you. I don't know
Yep.
what to say there. I mean,
I can see.
I feel
I
confident.
see a world where Chuck gets in as well. I do like his picks a little bit as long as he hits them correctly, but he's also somebody I think is going to be fighting for playoffs this year. But yeah, I think it is going to be more sneeches or more non-sneeches in the playoffs than it will be sneeches this year.
Very bold. As Nikki takes his notes.
Yep.
Yeah, I was just writing down the names.
You're going to save that for next year since you can't talk about it this year anymore?
Of what?
Well, last year you were able to like have access to like
Oh no!
wait
I was
till
gonna
the
say
end of the year.
I was gonna say that's funny. I would say who's the 7th because you named 6 for sure. If me and Dawson, you were top 3,
And I
and
think
then you have
Michael.
Forms. Okay.
That
might be
means
8. No.
no 4 plus 3.
Yeah.
But you
I said
included
Chuck would
yourself
be a
in
wild
the
card, too.
3rd and the 4th.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
Perfect.
So we had the playoffs locked in by Hardley.
So no Colton, no
Hey,
Henry.
I do know the
no
future, right?
No Colton, no Henry, no Chuck, no Connor,
No Carlin.
and no Carlin.
Wow. Do you want to hold yourself accountable?
That's a lot of C's.
That's a lot of C's.
Colton, Connor, Chuck,
got a lot of-
Carlin.
Why
You
do
have
we
a lot
have
of
so many
C's.
in the league? What a terrible name.
Well, two of them were last names.
True. Well, Chris Carlin, still the same.
Oh yeah.
Charles, Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I am going to keep myself accountable. I know earlier when we were kind of just talking, I said top 3, I think, maybe top 4. But I'm not going to get too crazy with all that. But I am going to keep myself
Oh,
accountable.
crazy.
Well, I mean, it is kind of crazy because I haven't done this before. So last year I did. If I didn't make the playoffs, I would give first place. I would pay first place for $100, and I made sure I didn't have to do that. So I'm going to bump it up even more this year, a little bit, and it's going to be a little bit different. But I will pay half of the entry fee for whoever it is because we may bump. I was going to say 150. But we may bump it up next year. Who knows? So I'm just going to say half because maybe it's 400, and then I'll do 200. But I will pay whoever finishes first place in championship half of their entry fee next year if I do not get a playoff win next year or this year.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
Doubling down and stepping it up.
Yep. So if I do not get a playoff win this year, I will pay half of first place entry fees.
That's pretty good.
I love it.
We
That's
love
amazing.
it when someone holds himself accountable.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Unlike
Nicky's was very bold. I think that kind of kicked it off a little bit. I was like, okay, he's being serious. So I was like, you know what? Let's be serious about it. Let's get a playoff win this year. Stop being a pussy.
unlike
I like it.
soft boy Carlin
Yeah, he's
Correct.
and Brock
he's
and
like
Colton.
Charmin Ultra.
Brock's just unlucky.
No, he's like the Charmin Ultra Soft Bear.
I think
He has been recently. I don't know what's going on with him.
I think I'm noticing a trend. The people who are not holding themselves accountable for doing good and making the playoffs are the 3 people that Austin has said are on his bottom 5 list.
True.
That the lack of confidence just shows how badly you're gonna do.
I did have Brock.
We did have Brock.
I did have Brock. Did he keep himself accountable for anything? I can't remember.
But I guess you're still the majority. You are correct. I don't know if he held himself
I don't think
accountable.
he
I
did.
highly doubt that he did.
It was just you and Chuck on that one, Hardley.
He tried to say that Garrett Cole had the worst year ever. So I mean, that's all you need to know.
I think he did. I wrote something down. I know he did something. I just can't think of what it was.
Because
Hopefully Tom.
Colton made some
He said,
outlandish
"Oh, that's what it
claim.
is." He said if he finishes 11th, he will do last place punishment.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, that's
Kind of
lame.
soft, but yeah.
I mean, boom, no confidence. Carlin, no confidence. Chuck, no confidence.
Nope.
Carlin, or I said Carlin. Colton. I mean, he's a new guy. We don't really know. I don't think.
I think Colton could be really good in this league off the jump. I
But
do like his picks this year.
how long is he gonna last?
One, how long is he gonna? Yeah, how long is he gonna be like paying attention? And two, like especially with the Sunday, all the Sunday shit that happens. I don't think he's prepared for all that because he doesn't play in any leagues that are like that. Like our basketball league has nothing to do with trades or anything. I don't think there's any trades throughout the year. So when he sees like 6 trades happen in the last 30 seconds before the players lock, he's gonna be like, "Oh shit."
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to cost him some wins this year, I think.
Yep.
But as his team in general, with his draft picks, I think he's got good draft picks. We'll just see if he can draft the right guys.
Yeah, the couple of weeks I threw my hissy fit last year and we co-managed, I don't think there was like a super, super crazy Sunday. So those couple.
No, because that was like towards the end. Yeah, we don't really have. Everybody was kind of preparing for the playoffs at that point.
Well, no, because I started off 0-5, so it was right then. But
Oh,
But
he
it
did
just
cry a
happened.
fucking baby last year. I forgot about that.
He did make a horrible
Yeah.
trade for you.
yeah, he did. That was when I was in Greece, and
He
it
got,
was like 12-hour difference.
What's his fucking name?
Oh my god, he sure fucking did, dude.
First base, Yankees. What's his name?
Rizzo,
Rizzo. He traded Rizzo for who?
probably a pickup.
He was a pickup.
Who was it? I think it was someone that was injured at the time.
Sounds about right.
Last
Well,
thing I'll say real quick
Yep.
is
Finish stuff.
Chuck, don't think you're safe on getting Bobby Witt. There's a world I still take him. So just kind of keep that in the back of your head.
When
But,
they let's take over.
Yep.
Hey, there is a world out there that Bobby Witt's on my team as a number 2 pick.
Mm-hmm.
A little tweak to Julio's arm or something.
Yeah, well, if there's any type of injury, Witt
Yeah.
will be on my team.
Yeah, yeah. No, I hear you. No, that is a real world.
Gaslighting is
Yeah.
not real. You are crazy.
Rock, there's a
Love
world
you, Chuck.
Tatis is on my team, and you just traded up from 5 to 4 for no reason.
Top 10 could get very interesting if some things happen. I don't think everybody realizes that, but
I'm scared.
there's some crazy things that could happen in the top 10 picks that would change a lot in the draft, just for the first round.
Alan, don't say anything.
I'm going to save it till next time. All right. GG's, everybody. I'm just going to end it off right here. Good stuff. Peace and blessings.